Good afternoon, good evening. I come from Singapore. My name is Chandrakumar. I'm the founder and CEO of WiselyWise. We focus on artificial intelligence education. We are the market leader in the schooling segment, working with more than 200 schools in India. So before I begin here, I have a very interesting question for all of you. I hope you'll not get angry with me if I ask this particular question. Where is the best place to hide a dead body? We don't have a lot of time, so you got to answer me fast. Where's the best place to hide a dead body? I'm assuming you committed a murder. Where would you want to hide the dead body? Sorry? Police station. Oh, I think the Malayalam movie, right? So yeah. Okay. So interestingly, the worldwide, the best answer is it is in the second page of your Google search listings. Why? Because nobody goes to that page, right? So if you search for a term, all of us will only go to the first page. Nobody goes to the second page, third page. So the very famous thing in digital marketing is that whenever you murder somebody, better hide it in the second page of Google search listings. The reason I brought this out is to say how much artificial intelligence is controlling our thought process, our lives, and this is affecting us on a very daily basis. That prompted me to start WiselyWise 6 years back, and today we are at a position to help a lot of these schools, which we're already doing across private schools, international schools, remote schools, panchayat schools. You name the sort of a flavor, we work there, right? I'm sure all of you would have heard about the Kodak moment. The Kodak moment is precisely the moment when you lose market relevance. Why am I bringing this up here? Schools worldwide are facing their Kodak moment right now. Why? 65% of your children who are in your schools, they are going to enter into jobs which don't even exist at this point of time. I'm sure you recognize all these guys up over there. One guy is actually from Chennai. He says, AI is even more important than the invention of fire and electricity. And of course, AI is now called as the new industrial revolution. You look at the national education policy of any country in the world, AI is always number one. But schools are completely unprepared to the extent that we have worked with schools worldwide. Why? Because fundamentally, we are looking at a very outdated IT curriculum. We have zero training for teachers. And there is a huge reliance on free YouTube videos or WhatsApp groups and thinking that is what AI is. Essentially, we are just burning a lot of money without any clear outcomes or not any results which is happening out over there, whereas the industry is clearly requiring a lot of talent who actually know AI, come out of school, maybe specialize again in AI. And AI is not only for the technical students, right? It is for students who are going into medicine, who are going into law, who are becoming journalists, because AI is impacting every career, every profession worldwide. So now imagine a single platform where you just cannot avoid success. Essentially, we are looking in WiselyWise the vision that we should have creators, not consumers of all this AI technology. We don't want students to be just binging on Netflix. We want them to create the next Netflix. We want it to be highly impactful. You're seeing those two girls up over there. They studied this course with us in 10th standard, and both of them went on to do significant inventions in the field of AI. Kushi here actually created an AI chatbot to fight monophobia, which is a form of anxiety disorder or depression. Kaveri Priya in 10th standard, she created an app, and she won the Google Hackathon in Singapore, essentially an AI app which links women who have left their careers and who want to come back to their careers and do not know how exactly to go about doing this. So we have scores of students who have actually been doing some really mind-blowing stuff after going through a lot of our courses. So essentially, Wise Central is our flagship AI platform. I do have some of the schools here already on this platform. We are continuously onboarding a lot of schools, and we are focusing on AI as a technology and also the applications which are being powered by AI, be it blockchain, digital marketing, Web3, virtual reality, metaverse. I'm sure all of you heard all of these terms, right? So we come from an industry perspective. I mean, I spent 25 years in the industry and then moved on to set up my own startup. And I could see that gap which was happening between what the industry wants and what students want. And why do we do it at school level? Because worldwide research shows that you should essentially start it at school to have that sort of a talent coming out of college, not necessarily only specializing at a college level. So we actually put years of effort to come with an international curriculum which is aligned to the creative computing curriculum of Harvard, MIT's AI strategy course. Then we also work with AI for K12.org, which is the nodal body for setting up the AI for K12 standards in the United States under the White House. And we also work with a bunch of European mathematicians to ensure maths is taught in a very interactive way for school students. And finally, we have excellent collaboration with partners like Amazon and launching some of the world's first AI courses right here in India in the past 3 years. Now, we just don't focus on students. We want the schools to be self-sustaining on this overall journey of transforming their schools. So what we do, we invest in teachers' professional development. You're seeing instances of 3 teachers who, again, we trained through 2-day workshops, opened up our online courses. Today, they are actually creating online apps. For example, how do I teach English poetry to my students? How do I create videos using AI and teach them about climatic changes? And we are seeing more and more original cross-pollinated stuff. Can I use AI to teach chemistry? Can I use AI to create a physics experiment? And this is actually growing over a period of time. In fact, next week, I'm from Singapore, so I'm flying back. But before that, I'm actually visiting one of the Panchayat Union schools here in Chennai in the Red Hills area. And they have actually created a lot of original content in terms of teaching the regular subjects using AI during the whole pandemic. And they were so happy about it. Now they want to extend it over the 27 schools in the same Panchayat block. Okay? So essentially, we are looking at very, very specific outcomes for all of you. We are looking at saying that there is tremendous pressure in terms of sharing the same revenue. So instead of that, can we help you increase your non-tuition revenues? One. Can we help acquire more improved quality admissions, because the Gen Z parents are looking at schools giving them 21st century skill sets? We are looking at zero capex cost. We don't want you to keep on spending on things, right? So we actually brought in a subscription model. There's no capex. It doesn't hit your bottom line, and it just is something you can just start at some point. You can just stop at some point. And basically, very interesting aspect, we are also now working with a lot of funding agencies worldwide who are looking to fund schools in terms of running these AI programs. In fact, our curriculum has been evaluated by UNESCO, and they have actually been trying to take a lot of our concepts, into a lot of the member countries as well. Now, post the pandemic, edtechs in India seem to be having a very bad name. Not so much in Singapore, I would say. But fundamentally, we said, we can't just go back and start doing tuition centers and stuff like that. So we came up with the concept of saying that, how do we create experiences now for the school, the teachers, and the students? We all know the physical and digital model, online, Zoom, virtual, all of those things. We did it before the pandemic, during the pandemic. We'll continue doing that after the pandemic as well. So you're seeing pictures of me taking classes across for students, online classes, etc., etc. In addition to that, professional development of teachers, we are investing in online courses for teachers, online libraries for teachers, workshops, support sessions, you name it, we have been investing heavily, and you are actually seeing teachers from rural parts of Maharashtra coming together and attending a lot of our sessions. Partnering with agencies which specialize in exhibitions, and you are looking at how we have simplified artificial intelligence, the mathematical concept. Like for example, can I get machines to actually interact with students and help them learn the mathematics behind AI? Internships. I'm sure many of you may recognize the gentleman out over there. We did projects for him in Kachar Cancer Hospital. He used to be in the Adyar Cancer Hospital. He's a Padma Shri awardee. This is all projects that we do and bring back that experience for the benefit of our students. Of course, I spoke about Kushi in my earlier slide. We are bringing in cutting-edge systems, driverless cars, self-driving cars, virtual mode. We can bring the cars themselves to India. So we have those systems as well. We are tying up with cruise companies, resort companies, getting much more experiences in front of the students. You can now fly them into multiple locations, get on board, and work we are tied up with National University of Singapore, a whole bunch of courses we can customize for the high school students. So please do join hands with us, transform your school with us, join more than 50,000 students and 100 plus schools. We will ensure that nobody gets left behind in the AI future. So we do have an offer, which is also in your, only for today's event, we have a special offer of unlimited free access for all our L1 courses, the level 1 courses. So please do register. It is there in your handbags. You can also scan the QR code. You can come to our booth, or you can just write an email to me. It will be open, unlimited, lifetime for all your students, but only for today, you got to really register. Thank you. Thanks for the opportunity, Eldrok.
Thank you, sir. Now, I would like to have Bharti Lakshmi ma'am from Hindustan International School to facilitate an award to sir. Next, I would like to have Dharni ma'am on stage.
Okay, I'm here to announce something more exciting once again. We have a very nice quiz based on, everything that we did in the music session. So if you are interested in winning some exciting prizes and playing the quiz, you're welcome outside. Thank you.
So we will, like post-lunch, we'll have a quick 15-20 minutes of tea break. That's a post-PM tea break. I request all of your precious time that we have few of our partners and sponsors who are sponsoring this entire event. Obviously, in this 21st century, we are all aware about the latest products and services which are available for our school ecosystems, which enhance both as well as our learnings and the platform or all other services which help us to provide world-class learning to our students. So it's a request for 15 minutes that please spend some time to have a walk through all the exhibitor stalls. Also have a cup of tea right after 20-25 minutes. It's a quick tea break post-lunch. And we would like to welcome you the fourth most interesting panel discussion for the day. And here in this panel, we are going to touch about the last panel, which will focus about the latest things about coding, analytics, and we will touch about the integral analytic thinkings, problem-solving skills from 6th standard onwards, where we have exciting list of the panelists. So please join us to have a quick walkthrough with all the sponsors. It's a quick tea break of 15-20 minutes. Thank you very much.